Got a comment here stating that I should give tenant tips on how to handle landlords that don't give notices, make the illegal rental increases, remove tenants off agreements. So there are a lot of landlords that are slumlords. That's a lot to unpack. Hi, my name is Rob Wells. I'm the Landlord Warrior on TikTok and YouTube. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to our videos. Now, if you watch the videos on the channel, on a regular basis here, our channel predominantly helps out landlords be in compliance with California law, whether it's terminating a tenancy, following rent restrictions either at the state level from the Tenants Protection Act, or warning landlords about local ordinances. There are a lot of local ordinances now that have their own eviction rules or ways that you can increase rent under a local ordinance, and those issues tend to be complicated. A lot of the times, I've said this on the channel before, that we deal with a lot of mom and pop landlords. They're not like necessarily in the business like a corporation of making money, and they don't even know how like a lot of these rules apply. So our basis of doing things is giving people education and educating people on what you have to do and some of the rules, basically. Okay, got one good story. When I started my landlord's practice, probably in 2013, around that time-ish or so, I used to volunteer for a local legal aid, and I did that prior to going to law school. I worked in volunteered with the Superior Court. They had like self-help centers that gave information and so forth to folks. And one of my tenant attorney colleagues told me, Rob, why did you go into landlords? And, he's kind of like bummed out I went on the landlord side, and I explained to him, I grew up in the rental business. Okay, my parents had rentals, put us through school through them, told them straight up, like, there are a lot of things that mom and pops don't know. And I just kind of had a niche for it, and it grew on me basically. And I'm just trying to give information out to people, like what they need to consider and some thoughts and practices of handling landlord eviction law. And that was in 2013, where there weren't as many restrictions. But now, fast forwarding to 2026, you got the State Tenant Protection Act. You have all these local rules and so forth. So that's kind of my thoughts. There are a lot of resources for tenants. We talked about on the channel last week about how a major landlord got sued by the Attorney General's office, and that happens every day. Basically, there are a lot of resources out there for tenants, and I think the slumlords, they exist, just like they're bad tenants as well too that try to game the system. They give most landlords a bad name, okay, and they weren't going to comply with the law anyway. That the channel's not for them. They're not going to listen to this stuff. So those are my thoughts. Landlords, Northern California, if you need some help, whether it is you got a problematic tenant problem or you're trying to figure out what you need to do and so forth, feel free to reach out. We might be able to help out. Put your comments, questions down below. Try to answer them to the best of my ability. Until next time, folks, talk to you then. See you.